So by the time you're watching this, it's probably going to be middle of May, so it's not really going to be super relevant, but I want to do a roundup of my April Crochet Challenge. And if you're new, hi, I'm Leah of Koozie Crafts. I am a crocheting turned stay-at-home mom turned business owner, all that fun jazz, just living out my yarny dreams. I want to do a roundup of my April Crochet Challenge, which was a daily prompt challenge for amigurumi crocheters. Honestly, you can kind of put it into any craft. I drew inspiration for this off of like Inktober from the drawing community, and I feel like since I started doing it like last year, a lot of people have started doing challenges. So it's been really fun to see the progression. But I make a little daily prompt for the month of April. I'll throw the graphic up. I know it's not super relevant anymore, but I think it's fun. Hopefully, I can get some more attention with it and we can keep doing it every couple months. I recorded this with the intention of doing just a monthly crochet challenge overview, like recap kind of video, but I decided I'm gonna do it in weekly chunks as well as a full monthly chunk just so I can get some more YouTube video editing practice. So this is actually just a week one recap. So stay tuned for weeks 2, 3, 4, and then the full recap. Let's start our April Crochet Challenge roundup. Thanks for being here. It is April 1st. The April Fool's Day prompt for today is something silly. I wanted to play along. I punked a few people on my Instagram. On my Instagram and my TikTok and said that I was gonna stop crocheting, but I'm still here. I'm still crocheting. I'm not going anywhere. But for my something silly, I have been working on a pattern test for Garden Hoe Crochet. I will be adding all of the makers and all of the patterns into the caption and description when I'm all done, but I got to test their vegetable snail, the radish. I haven't gotten a chance to work on the other ones yet, but my responsibility was the turnip snail, and I figured these guys are pretty silly, so they work out pretty good for the something silly. I used some felt eyes on this guy and just some safety eyes on this guy. So here is my something silly. Happy April Fools! It is day 2 of the April Crochet Challenge, and the prompt was bug. So I crocheted this little cutie from my Bonnie the Bee crochet pattern. And I used baby bear blanket yarn. I used the baby bear yarn from Joann's, which is a smaller chenille yarn. It's kind of like Parfait Chunky, just a touch smaller. And I used these are called Sinker Eyes. These are from Jen's Crafty Creations, and he's pretty cute. We need to do an update. I missed yesterday, which was day 3, which was variegated yarn. I made this cute little slug from a free pattern by Lala Cloud Crochets. And I also made this is a Stegosaurus from a pattern by Haru Crochets. And I'll tag those in the caption like everything else. This day for me was really about stash busting. I've had a lot of variegated yarn because I think it's really pretty, but I have a really hard time like committing to projects, especially when they're not like the correct color. Like bunnies are supposed to be white in my mind, so like if I do a purple bunny, it messes with my brain. I don't know. That's just me. But here are these two. These were really quick makes. I love quick makes. That's the whole point of this challenge. So there is day 3. Our day 4 is mouse or rat because April 4th is World Rat Day. Most of my prompts are inspired by like daily holidays, which I have a little app for, and it's fun, it's weird, it's quirky, but I decided to do a mouse. I made the prompt mouse or rat. It's called a Whimsy Bub. It kind of pops up like this. It's got a little flower hat. My husband said it looked like an egg. Men, husbands, significant others. But this was another really quick little make. This pattern has I think like 3 different hats, so you can like make their normal head a flower or a mushroom, and then you can make the body of a bird, a mouse, a dinosaur, I already said dinosaur, a frog, and I think there's one more I can't remember. A bee, a bee. So this is a really fun pattern. It's by Mama Made Minis, and yeah, that one's really cute. Can we zoom in? One more look for the mouse. I'm also working through all my blanket yarns, so it's going to be a lot of blanket yarn projects this month. Day 5 and all Fridays going forward are going to be considered Food Friday. I'm restarting my Food Friday series that I started like multiple years ago, right when I first started crocheting. I think in like 21 or 22 when I started posting on TikTok. So Fridays are now Food Fridays, and this Friday was pizza themed Food Friday because it was National, I think, Deep Dish Pizza Day. And I wanted to pull out, I know this technically isn't something I crocheted recently, but I never got to make any content with it because I've just been really lazy, and it took me a really long time. I finished all the pieces. It took me forever to put it together and everything. I have a more deep dive, in-depth video about the pizza blanket specifically, but I made a giant pizza blanket out of blanket yarn instead of just regular worsted weight yarn that the pattern called for. It was a pattern test. It was a really big undertaking, and I didn't end up technically finishing the test. My cats. But it was a fun time. I will put the pattern creator as well in there and just enjoy the giant pizza blanket. It's really, I can't believe I made that. It's so huge. I truly don't even know what to do with it at this point because it's it's like over 8 feet wide. Like the diameter of the circle is just, it's so huge. I have it on my couch right now and it's like, it's too big for the couch. So I don't know what to do with that. We are back for day 6 of the April Crochet Challenge, and day 6 was ask a friend or ask somebody what to make, and I ended up asking my brother, and he said turtle, and I also know my brother likes Pokemon a lot, so I dug into my brain of very minimal Pokemon knowledge, and I remembered that there's a Pokemon called Turtoga. I always point in the wrong direction. I'll put him up over here so you guys can see the reference picture, but I ended up doing that. And trigger warning, he's a little scary. I do not think he didn't turn out exactly how I had envisioned him, and maybe that's just me being a little overly critical of myself, but I gave him a little funky little mouth and he's close enough, but my brother likes it. I'm just gonna give it to my brother. He's not gonna go into my market prep pile, so hey, another prompt done, another day done, but scary little turtle guy. And that brings us to the end of week 1. Day 7 is a rest day. All Sundays are rest days just so we can make sure our hands are happy. If you feel the need to crochet on a Sunday, you can catch up on Sundays and whatnot. And we will be back next week for a week 2 roundup, starting with day 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I can count. If you want to join us, the challenge is very open-ended. You don't have to do all of it. You can do part of it. You can do the days you want. You can do one of them and do nothing else. It is really just for inspiration, but I'd love to have you join us for the rest of the month. And come back next week for week 2 roundup. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. I love interacting with you guys, and doing weekly videos like this is going to help me practice and get more comfortable doing YouTube videos and longer form content. So the more love you show me here, the more motivated I am to make content and keep coming back. So thanks again for being here. See you next time.